Where do you stand on wokeism? What does it mean to you?
Just the other day, I found out what the word woke means.
What does it mean? Inform me.
Just like millennial talk, you might want to help me here.
This man claims that he knows what woke means, but then he has a very, very difficult time defining it. Let's just take a look.
Kind of just the very liberal green, tree hugging, same sex, transgender, BLM. I mean, that's woke.
I'm Rayy Vana, and welcome back to Rebel HQ. The very, very liberal, tree-hugging, same-sex, transgender, BLM, that's woke. Fantastic definition. No notes. But should it really come as a surprise to us that the right wing, which has been railing against woke ideology and what they have dubbed the woke mind virus, actually can't even define the term woke themselves? No, I don't think that should surprise us, considering the state of the Republican Party in this country. At least one Trump supporter who was interviewed by TYT at this rally was willing to say that conservatives don't know what woke means, and that includes the candidate who uses the word the most, Ron DeSantis.
Donald Trump is saying, let's stay away from talking about wokeism, and Ron DeSantis is talking about woke. What is your opinion about using wokeism?
Wokeism, I think, is where they're just trying to, it's kind of hard to say. I don't like DeSantis, for me. So the woke thing, I don't like the word, because to me, it doesn't make a lot of sense. What are we talking about? Because you could be woke about anything. So what is the real meaning of woke? Yeah, that I don't clearly understand what exactly depends on who you're talking to.
The next interview with the Trump supporter features conservatives' favorite thing, cognitive dissonance, because to this man, woke is both being overhyped by the media, but is also one of the biggest issues.
What does woke mean to you, and do you like it as an issue?
I do have a problem with it. Is it an issue? I think the mainstream media is what is exacerbating the issue. But yes, it is one of the biggest issues because they're trying to indoctrinate our kids. They're trying to do all kind of things to our kids. And they say we don't have a right to make these decisions, only the child does. So, no, yeah.
Then the interviewer attempts to draw an analogy to things that might have been called woke in the past, but we now accept were correct and are ubiquitous in our society. And this man just cannot put two and two together.
Well, what about women's voting? I'm devil's advocating here. If in the early 1900s they said, oh, that's woke, giving women the vote. If Julian Bond and John Lewis had to listen to people say, getting rid of Jim Crow's, that's woke. Where does the difference in that?
The difference is the extremism behind it. Yes. A lot of things you would have said at one time was woke. The Wright brothers trying to fly a plane.
Totally woke.
They would say that was woke, but that's a different definition, I think. When you make it to try to change decisions, change policies, change people's lives without them having a choice, I don't agree with that.
Not entirely sure what the Wright brothers have to do with any of this, but the idea that giving women the right to vote or passing the Civil Rights Act didn't change policy is absolutely laughable. But those things that this man said would have been considered woke back in the day are things that you could never as a candidate run on repealing now, at least not if you wanted to win an election. So maybe it's time that Republicans and conservatives more broadly stop and ask themselves the question, are we the bad guys here? Will future generations look back at us and think, oh yeah, those are the bad guys? Maybe instead of calling everything they don't like woke, conservatives need to recognize that the world is changing and they're being left far, far behind.